Welcome back. We're going to jump into our Fireside chat session now, where we have the opportunity to get to know the local team across Asia Pacific a bit better, but more importantly, get to know some of our customers and partners as well. So with me today is first our guest, Jason Dupree, General Manager of our Asia Pacific business in the region. So please say hi, Jason.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to our session today.
Excellent. And also with us is Managing Director and owner of Loaded Technologies, one of our long-term business partners in the region as well.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenni Deslandes. It's great to be here.
Thanks, Jenni. So we're going to jump into it now and learn a bit more about some of our customers across the region, who they are, and maybe tell you some stories that might unlock some best practices that you might be looking for within your own business. So Jason, why don't you go ahead and take it away and tell us a bit more about some of the customers that we have across Asia Pacific as a whole.
Absolutely. Thanks, Clint. Sugar as an organization has over 500 customers in our community across Asia Pac, and that spans multiple geographies across a range of different industries, as well as using the product in a range of different languages. And what I wanted to start off with was a little bit about some of these customers actually using the application today. And the one to talk to is a company called KWAP, which is Malaysia's largest public service and pension fund organization. And they specifically use Sugar in a service-facing environment. They've managed to streamline case management processes in an environment that is highly regulated, highly secure. KWAP have also consolidated multiple complex backend systems into a rich agent desktop. This allows their employees to better understand the customer and drive better CX at the end of the day. The result that they've got off the back of this is, task escalations reduction by 74%, complaints management processes are down from 26 days down to 12 days. So significant savings.
That's a big reduction, Jason. That's a really big reduction. That's impressive. What did they do with all that time?
And, we're seeing a lot of this happen across, especially complex contact centers, where we can streamline and simplify some of those businesses, give the agents what they need at the desktop to drive a better outcome and reduce the call handling time, and provide a better CX at the end of the day. The second one I wanted to talk to is a company called Nanyang Polytechnics. They're based out of Singapore, and they're a learning institution with over 15,000 enrollments. The institution worked with our partners, a company called Izeno based in Singapore, and Sugar, to implement what they call an integrated customer experience management system. This provides really a single point and view of their students across the entire business. And this is done through integration with the activity management system, so they can actually capture the students' interaction and engagement at every point in schools and the internal departments. The third example I wanted to talk to is a company called Oil Intel, and they're a distributor of oil and lubricants based out of New Zealand. They've been doing that for 15 years. And have a very diverse team spread the entire country. They needed to ensure that all their staff had the ability to talk from the same page. And now what they have at the end of the day is a single view of customer for prospects and for customers, and a place where the employees can go where all customer data can be captured. We've also done some integration with them, so we've got directional integration to the ERP system. So invoices that get generated, orders that get taken through CRM get pushed into the ERP for fulfillment, and everything been fulfilled that updates the CRM system with what's actually occurred there. The CEO, the sales management team within the business have access to a user-friendly dashboard, so they have a holistic view of the actual sales pipeline. The last one I wanted to talk to, and this is actually one of Jenni's key accounts within the region here, is the Art Gallery of New South Wales, and they're the largest gallery in the Australian market with over 30,000 members. So for them, audience and stakeholder engagement is a critical addition to the Art Gallery and how they actually operate. To drive adoption and improve that stakeholder engagement, the Art Gallery has integrated into a range of different systems. This includes marketing applications, finance systems, ticketing and venue booking systems. But what they've also done is created an and allow them to engage directly with the Art Gallery. The Art Gallery's underlying strategy was around a data integrity and single customer view. And since the implementation, 95% of the data that gets caught is entered. And this has allowed them to strengthen the stakeholder relationships and support the sponsorships of events and management all at the same time.
So Jason, digging into those customers a little bit more, you described a pretty wide spectrum from financial services to educational services to distribution to, I don't know, what would you call Art Gallery of New South Wales, Jenni, membership, leisure, something like that,
I
right?
think cultural sector, the
There you
cultural
go.
sector, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a great cross section of different types of businesses, and when I noticed we didn't even talk about the customers that we have in the manufacturing sector as well. We have customers in consumer product goods. We have customers who are part of supply chain, process manufacturing, just the whole spectrum. So certainly a key idea there is sugar helps transform the customer experience for a whole range of different types of businesses. Yeah. Great introduction to some of our customers there. Jenni, what I like to do now is dig in deeper to one of our shared customers, going beyond the Art Gallery of New South Wales, who I would love to come back to in another time when we have a chance. But this time, let's go ahead and instead talk a bit more about a brand that it's pretty well known in the Australian market, at least within their specific industry. Tell us a bit about Bowens. What's their background?
Yeah, so thanks, Clint. Bowens is a building products company. They supply the building sector with timber, hardware products, hire products, and so on. What I really like about them, well, there's many things we like about them. What's great about their story is that they are one of the oldest companies in Australia. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I don't know many companies in Australia that are formed in the 19th century, and Bowens was. And since that time, they've been a family-owned business all the way through. So big heritage and history with the company, but a lot of things being done the same way over many years, and that's what led to the CRM project.
Yeah. I can imagine a business that's been around for that long. Maybe it's time to shake things up and put in some change into the business. So what led them to reevaluate their customer journey and think about introducing the sugar technology?
Well, they had a situation where their 40 or so account managers, who are their sales reps, were doing their entire job on paper. And obviously, as a growing business, at some point that causes a lot of pain. And so they made the decision to introduce a CRM to help their salespeople be more productive. And that had a lot of ramifications from a change perspective. But essentially, they took a sales process that was done manually that involved a weekly handwritten report listing all the previous activities from that week sent up to your sales manager for review, and they put that into the digital age, I guess.
Yeah, imagine going from pen and paper to a mobile application and thumbs and swiping. That must have been a pretty shocking change for the account managers involved. Tell me a little bit about how Bowens approached the idea of introducing that change into their company.
So they did, I think, what you would call the carrot and stick approach. So they gave a lot of tools to the team. They tried to take pain away from the team. So we did an integration with their ERP to bring quotes into the system, which automatically created opportunities. So there was no reason to say, I can't work out of this system because then I've got all this extra work to do. In fact, it took work away. So that was sort of one of the key kind of carrots, I suppose. On the, well, I wouldn't really call it a stick, but on the coaxing side, they had top-down commitment to this from the executive team. They had Kathy Petruzic, who I think will be listening today, who's the continuous improvement manager, really championing the project and helping design a training program that put training in the hands of the line, the managers, the sales managers, rather than in the hands of us or an HR person, for example. So the sales managers took their own training and turned it into something they thought would be meaningful to their teams of account managers. They ran it over multiple days, and they told a lot of stories. They told a lot of stories about how this tool could help them in their job. So if it can help me, can it help you? And that was kind of the way they took it.
That's great. Well, a big shout out to Kathy, another sugar rock star. Right on, Kathy. That's an excellent story. So let's wrap it up here around Bowens. What's the key takeaway? How did it hit the bottom line? What did the management and the account managers walk away with after this implementation?
I think they had a broad objective around productivity, but the way that came was interesting. So suddenly information is visible and shared by all. Then you have the ability to say, hang on a minute, are we doing this the best way we could? And so they started to rethink the way they conducted their sales calls, the types of things they would talk about in a weekly sales meeting, the way they would plan their next week's work and plan for an individual meeting. And so the outcome of all that was sales productivity. The salespeople became more productive because they were, in effect, being smarter about how they were doing their jobs because they had better tools to help them do that.
Probably accelerated the business in ways they weren't even thinking about at the outset of the project, huh? That's great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for telling us about Bowens. That's a fantastic story and one that I look forward to sharing more and more as time goes on. Now, let's take it back to you, Jason, and let's talk a bit about the teams that are delivering these fantastic results for our customers across Australia, New Zealand, the whole region as a whole. So tell me a bit about these. That's a good-looking group of people there, by the way. You've got a great team. So tell me a bit more about them.
Absolutely, and thanks, Jenni. I think that was great. It's partners like Jenni and Loaded and the rest of our partner ecosystem that help us. But behind we've got a team that really sits and spans all of Asia Pac. So let me introduce you to some of them, and I'll start with our technical expert services team. We have Enrico, and Enrico is based out of our Australian office. And he's part of our global technical account management team. And these expert services from Sugar really provide guidance, oversight, best practice, and supplement the existing installations and configurations and resources from either from you or your partner. The types of services that Enrico and his team provide are things like health check and reviews, code reviews, and solution validations.
Now I got to call out Enrico just for a moment. Enrico started working on Sugar soon after I started the company. So he's been a Sugar rock star for almost as long as I have in terms of working on the product. He's fantastic, and just want to call out Enrico. He's a real joy to work with.
Absolutely, and it's funny to point that out because I think the tenure that I've seen within the business across the globe is strong. So we've got a lot of people that have a long history with the organization and strength in terms of understanding the products as well as within the partner ecosystem as well. On the customer success side, the team there includes Andrew, who's based out of Singapore, and Rebecca, who's based out of Sydney. Both Andrew covers Asia, Rebecca covers all of Asia Pac. And you would have had some engagement with Andrew or Rebecca at different stages through your relationship. This team is really your trusted advisors into CRM, and they help you to maximize the growth and the value you get from the Sugar solution. They're also your ad inside Sugar, and they're there to help you achieve real time to value through things like the onboarding process of adoption. And they're also there to help you achieve better business outcomes and better business value through things like product innovations and new features, ROI analysis, and quarterly upgrades and best practices. On the solution consulting front, Rihan, based out of Sydney, and Michael, based out of Hong Kong, both cover the whole of Asia Pac as a business. Their job is to really support you as either a prospect or a customer to guide you through the buying process, understand the products that we've got within the portfolio and how those products fit to your particular requirements and your business specifically. The team here can help you with customized product presentations so you could visualize the solution at the end of the day, and they also help you with things like your particular requirements. And finally, on the sales side team, I've got the team really aligned by geography and by partner. James leads up my sales across Asia. I've got Darshan based out of Sydney, and Darshan works very closely with organizations like CRM Online, Squiz, and Loaded Technology. Richard, on the
It's
other
great.
hand,
One of the things that's really fantastic is that when we are talking to either existing customers about new products or new customers, it's a real hand in glove partnership between the partner and our sales kind of partner within Sugar. So we work closely with him. It's great.
That's great.
Absolutely, and I think that's critical for the relationship for us and also with the customer. And then Richard, who's also on my team, is based out of Sydney. He's aligned with cloud solution marketing and CRM strategy. Swami is based out of Sydney, and he's focused at small to medium-sized business across the whole of Asia Pac. Now, as I mentioned, and as Jenni pointed, these partners are this team is very closely aligned with our partners as well. So let's talk a little bit about the partners that we've got out across Asia Pac. And really, we've got a broad network of companies that we work with and key partners that we work with. They expand all of Asia Pac, providing local support in language and also in culture. You know, whether you need assistance with regards to whether it's a few modules you're adding on or you're looking for a complete configuration, our partners are the ones that actually make this happen. They're the ones that actually transform Sugar into a customer experience solution and platform that is unique to your particular business. You'll find very specific information about our partners on the website.
And these partners, Jason, they're not just business partners, but they're friends, colleagues that we've been working with for years. Jenni and I, as we were catching up here at the beginning, talking about when we first met about 8 years ago. Loaded
That's
Technologies as a business has been a partner with Sugar for over a decade. And I look at this list of names here. There's 5, 6 the number of people across these partners that know the Sugar technology that work for us directly in the region. So, you show us a list of about 10 or 12 people. There's another 60, 70, 80 people out there across the region who are really, really deep Sugar experts like Jenni and her team can help people be successful. So you got a fantastic team there. I'm expecting a lot of great success coming ahead of us. And I'd like to thank you for both you and Jenni for telling us a bit about what's happening in the region and how our customers are enjoying great success and how we can continue to deliver on that success for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Clint.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.